Afternoon. Happy Tuesday. I hope everyone has had a great start to their week. Nicole, nice to see you here. It's just kind of like to just come in and look around to who's here. And look, this is a great time to turn your camera on and actually see people. Stephanie Lowe, nice to see you. Antonio, nice to see you again today. I always find it very gratifying that our clients that even see us in the morning, they'll come back again in the afternoon. And so before I introduce myself or say anything about our topic today, I want to share something that's been very present for me and something that I think is really important for all of us to think about. As this next year comes, one of the things that keeps me up at night is frankly all of you, because what I found is people have just stopped dreaming, right? Everyone has these dreams, these goals, and a lot of us are parents here. And the beautiful thing about kids is no matter how many times you tell them no and what happens, they wake up the next day and they still have their dream, right? And if you go back 18, 24 months ago, some of us were literally locked down in our homes. We could not go outside. And if you went to the supermarket, you had a mask on, you had gloves on, you didn't know what this virus was. There were people dying all the time. That's something to really be scared about, right? Where the government was essentially deciding if you're an essential worker, you can go to work. Now, I got it, the stock market's down, but the stock market was at an all-time high. The real estate market's down, but it also was an all-time high, depending on what the markets were. Interest rates at the late 90s, early 2000s, for 10 years, they're above 10%. I don't understand why these things that are not out of our control kill people's dreams. I don't. So when I go into how to drive business growth, I encourage all of you to go back to being dreamers, because in real estate and in coaching, I realize there's this gap. And essentially the gap is I have the things I want in my business. I have my business. I have things I want in my life. Now I want to go to coaching to put the two together. And it's our job to fill the gap and make it easy for you. So as we sit through today and we go through this journey together, we're going to give you actionable items. Please don't feel that you have to take pictures of the slides. I don't find anyone goes back to them. Everything we share, we'll give you, because we want you to use this stuff because we want everybody to win. And at the end, we'll have a very special offer for you, those that want to stay on and hear it, right? So hit the word dream if you can commit to being a dreamer again about 2023. You don't need to go into it with this negative view of life. Because if you look at business over the last 24 months, picture business and opportunities like a 4-lane highway, and you're trying to get on the highway, right? There are cars going 90 to 100 miles an hour. You can barely even get in. Now, all of a sudden, the left lane's empty. Other cars are slowing down. Other cars have their hazard lights on. Like, it makes no sense why you should not be excited. Because this is the market where the people that are the doers, the people that want to improve their skill set, the people that understand how to do things differently and be in consistent action will win. This is one of those years that will set up the next 5 years. When you look at some people that will have exponential growth in their businesses, it's going to be from what they did this year. If you're going to look at people that go backwards, it's going to be from what they did this year. All of those years of coasting were like the Domino's guy could have sold the house is over. So if you think you're good and you believe in yourself, you should be excited about this. You should be excited to compete and understand you're at the best company, the best tools. And if you're in our community, we're going to do it all for you and we'll do it together. If you're not in our community, take the stuff we have and implement it. But either way, you have to do something. So my promise to all of you was implementation. And I'm saying this before I've even introduced myself, because quite frankly, I don't really matter. What you guys do next is what matters. So all of you should take time today when this session is done and set a time block with a specific intention to implement what you learn. Showing up is not enough. And if you're signed up for any kind of coaching or webinar and they're not telling you to do this, or you're buying something, essentially what you're paying for is information. What we believe is if you've invested your time here, it's my job to make sure that you do it because you showed up here. Make sense? All right, cool. So how to drive business growth in 2023. So to do a quick synopsis on myself, my name is Chirag Shah. I'm the founder of Chirag Shah Coaching. And I would say if you look at a coach or any kind of service, judge somebody on what we've done and see in context how we could do it for you. And I started my Compass journey as an employee at a New York corporate as a director of coaching and training. And over the last 4.5 years, I've done over 15,000 hours in coaching sessions, just training Compass agents on how to strategize, market, and build systems to grow their business. We exclusively work with Compass agents. And in the beginning of 2020, we launched our own coaching company. Actually, April 1st of 2020 was the middle of the pandemic. And most of my clients, as I started working in the tri-state region, were in New York City. And thanks to all of you, because we believe our community is our heartbeat, we've been able to grow a crazy business over the last 26 months. We now have 4 full-time employees, 3 who used to work at Compass, 2 part-time employees, and 5 other coaches, and over 1,000 agents in 27 different states. Why is that important to you? All the things that we're sharing with you are what we know the most successful agents are doing. You can look at us as a repository of information. And my philosophy is simple. If you're going to tell someone how to do something, you need to give them the steps on how to do it. But just as I share with you that we need to shift in the market, right? I've told people they need to shift their habits. They need to shift the way they think through their business. They need to shift everything they've been doing over the last 2 years because it's a different market. Right. So there's the saying, if you keep doing what you're doing, you're always going to have what you got. But if you want to do something different, you have to change who you are and what you do. And our evolution of a company is very much the same way. Is one of the biggest challenges we've found is filling the gap. People sign up for coaches, they come to webinars to grow their business, and in essence, implement something new. Now, the gap that's created for all of us is taking the information that we learned today and turning it into a clear deliverable that can be easily shared with clients or implement into your business. Now, for 2023 and beyond, and we started this year, our company wants to do the heavy lifting for you, meaning we want to make the videos, we want to make the email templates, we want to give you the marketing calendars, we want to give you the communication plan. Essentially, any person that decides to be part of our community next year will have all the work done for them where it's just as simple as hitting a button. So there's two schools of people, because I know you guys are here and you're going to be one of them. The people that are going to want it done for them and see a value in it, or the people that are going to be the doers and do it themselves. Either one's okay, but you have to pick one. Because the third people that sit here in indecision and want to sit in comfort and I'm not sure and I'm waiting to be perfect, it's not going to be a great world for these people. You're going to see a lot of people drop out of real estate because you're just not going to know how to deal with even the mental piece. So here's what we're going to do today. 4 ways that we're going to improve your business right now. I'm going to show you how to take the guesswork out of pitching, because in essence, I'm going to show you the most important part of the pitch that will set up the entire thing for you. Because if you can't do this one thing, you're not going to get the right pricing, you're not going to be aligned with your client, and you're ultimately not going to get the listing. Creating certainty for your clients. And one of the reasons that in shifting markets, top agents gain market share and people gain market share is they know how to give certainty to their clients. We're going to show you a step-by-step process on doing it and give you the deliverables to your clients. Being an actual CEO of your business. Now, I talked about this at the Compass Retreat. And the more I've dug into this, even with some of the most successful teams that I'm working with doing hundreds of millions of dollars a year of business, they don't really have businesses. They have services. Because as an industry, we're taught that we're in a service business, we're in a service business, we're in a service business. But the last time I checked, if you're making 6 or 7 figures a year, you have a business, and there's certain things and fundamentals you need to understand to make data-driven decisions. We're going to go through that. And I saved the most important part for last. Understanding the KPIs of money. Every single person here needs to own their finances better. We built an entire financial dashboard. We'll share it with you. We'll show you how to use the information. We'll even tell you how to use it to motivate yourself every day. So let's go into our Compass pitch, right? So in essence, a great pitch is different than a presentation. Now, a presentation is what I'm doing today. It is a one-way dialogue. I'm just talking and you're just listening. Do you think anybody calls you into your home just to talk and talk and talk and talk? Listen, the reality is this. In selling, I sold real estate for 13 years and Compass acquired my company. But in doing transactions for all of those years, every person is moving. They have a reason, right? There's something that's making the move. Because the reality is moving sucks. And if you're moving with small children, it's even worse. Throw some pets in there and now you really have a party, right? So if you can't understand the essence of a human being and what really they want and why they're doing it, how effective can your pitch be? So when we think about what sellers care about, we think about an iceberg. And if you know anything about the Titanic, it's not above the iceberg what sunk the ship, it's what's underneath it. So above the iceberg is what we always think. Are you the agent that's going to sell my home fastest for the most amount of money possible? So we just generally go in and we start talking. Hey, I have this plan. This is my compass story, or this is my company. We're a Fortune 500. There's all this different stuff that we have, right? We have plans, we have marketing, but the part is we omit what's underneath the iceberg, right? And there are four key drivers that I find to a human decision-making process. Listen, I'll use you all for an example. Motivations. There was something that motivated you to be here today. As a result of it, there was something you were excited that would happen as a result of being here. That is someone's motivations, right? So, what is motivating you to make this the right time to make a move right now, Antonio? Great. By moving from the Hamptons to California, what are you most excited about happening? And if you start your conversation like that, you've immediately brought them to the pleasure point in the transaction, and now you know what to speak to. And then I would say, what are your expectations of the agent you partner with to sell your home? What are the expectations? They will literally tell you what they want. It's amazing, right? And the third one, disappointments, right? I would say, hey, Antonio, in working with an agent in the past or any service, have you had any disappointments you'd like to avoid? And the reason we ask this is we want to make sure that we're able to exceed your expectations and avoid any past disappointments. People tell you, well, they didn't call me, they didn't follow through. Now you know all their little trigger points. You ever go on a listing pitch and all of a sudden, like, you talk to somebody or you're even in the deal, you do something small and the people blow up? These are all things under their icebergs, right? And you could say ultimately, given the economy, interest rates, and the things that are going on in the world, do you have any concerns with making a move? And these are all of people's hidden objections. So if you realize that if you go somewhere and someone talks to you about your motivations, they address your expectations in the way that they communicate with you, they make sure to ask and avoid your disappointments and address your concerns. That's that moment you get there and you're just like, no, I'll take it. Because these are the things and these are the questions that need to be answered in somebody's brain. And the key to an effective pitch is talking about only what the client wants to talk about. Let me say that again. Only what the clients want to talk about. Because when I worked at Compass and we're rolling out concierge, one of the things that I did was I would actually go on pitches with people, right? And I would go through how to pitch Compass, how to pitch concierge. And what I would realize is the people that followed our process would win all the listings. I never lost the pitch when I went there, but I only talked about what the clients wanted. And then the people that lost the pitches to inferior companies, I'd ask them, did you follow the process? Did you ask questions? Did you listen? They're going to say, did everything. I go, did you talk about anything that they didn't want to talk about? Yeah, I told them about concierge because they really should know about it. Why would you tell them about concierge? I go, tell me about the people. Family, 2 kids, a dog, and they're moving for more space. Okay, do you think that family with 2 small kids and a dog really has space to move everybody out to paint their house and to go through a major home renovation? Did you ask them if they really need the money? They didn't ask any of this stuff. So what we do is we pitch to what we think somebody wants to hear versus the actual experience they want to have. So hit yes in the chat if that makes sense to you. This is a very different style of pitching yourself. Listen, you know what the best way never to be wrong is to do everything the client wants. It's always their idea. It's never my idea, it's your idea. These are your expectations, this is what you like. And you have to realize this. People care about 3 things on a pitch: price, marketing, and communication. I want to know how you're going to get me, Kim, the best price for my home. Great. So you'd like me to share with you the exact marketing plan I'll use to get the best price? Yes. I would like you to share with me all the marketing you do. Great. You'd like me to share with you my written marketing plan that'll show you what we're going to do, how we're going to do it, so we make sure we're in alignment to exceed your expectations. Great. Communication is really important to me because my agent did a bad job. Great, you'd like me to share with you. So what I hear you saying is you'd like me to share a predictable communication plan that will get you the information that you want when you want it. Do you see how simple that is? Price, marketing, communication. But it's the same statement over and over again. And when we go back to this whole gap concept, here's the problem. Everyone spends time doing everything besides what they should. You guys are going to all be going on pitches forever. So how come you haven't taken at least 15 minutes a day to practice this? You need to identify what skills you need and talking to people and listening, right? Listen to listen versus listening to speak. It's a whole different skill. So if you don't get anything more out of this, if you implement this MEDIC process, MEDC, what are your motivations? What are your expectations? What are your disappointments? What are your concerns? This works everywhere. We use it in job interviews. I literally use it with anyone I talk to where I really want to understand what another person wants. Make sense? Good. So our Pitch and Compass video, right? One of the challenges that people have is selling the tech, right? If I ask in the chat right now, well, thank you, Kimberly. It totally works. I've increased my conversion rate by using this method. It does work. If I asked you right now, how would you share the benefits of Compass technology? Put it in the chat right now. Let's see what your statement would be. How would you say the benefits of Compass technology in a couple of sentences? Anybody? Anyone want to write their statement in? All right, this is where I get worried because these are all salespeople and you guys are being shy. A great platform to communicate more efficiently, making things easier for the clients. One-stop place for clients to go. Ease of communication. My team says I need to slow down and give people time to type. Google Fast, Apple Easy. It frees me to spend more time selling your home versus working on my computer. A seamless experience for clients. Real-time analytics, contract to close. It's streamlined process, the ability to help create a curated experience in your home search. Anybody else? Compass provides me with an unparalleled technology platform so that I can provide the best-in-class marketing and feedback to maximize your home's price. All right, so we have about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 19 answers out of 145 people. So this here will save you all, and as they say, it'll be the price of admission. Now, here's the reality. In selling anything, there's a perceived value and an actualized value. Do you know what the problem with all of those statements are? This is your perceived value of what Compass does. Let me repeat that again. All of these statements are perceived value of what you feel Compass does. If I'm a client, the ability to create a home search, streamline process, using AI to help find buyers. How does somebody actualize that value, right? Does that really even make sense to them? Here's another one. The tech-oriented tools like Collection CMA, some of the best I've seen and used, better than the 2 previous brokers I've been with. And I've religiously used them to help my clients during the day and sell process. Again, pitching Compass was my first brainchild of Compass at the end of 18 into 19. And when I got there, I just started asking people, what's Compass, right? Because when you come here, it's like this, there's so much like mystique around being here. Like, what's Compass? So I got there, I was really excited. And I realized like, I talked to 50 people and they all give me different answers. And I'm like, wait a second. Everything the company makes is for you. You're the consumer, you're the client. So it's all marketed towards you. Then we have to take this next level there and bring it down another level and be able to market to consumers. A consumer in 60 seconds or less needs to understand how the platform works and how it will benefit them. So can I share with you a video that we'll give to you that does this for you? And we're going to give you this video, right? It's not like we're showing you this and you can't have it. See, if you want to have an idea of what we're thinking of, like how we can partner more effectively through coaching with people, this is what it's going to look like for everybody. All right, I'm told that there is no sound. Bear with me. Suze, can you drop the YouTube link in the chat for me? So I want to show you the sound, right, with the video. And in essence, what this video does, if somebody's watching it, right, like they always say at Compass, like, what does success look like? Someone's watching this video, they're going to see the value of the technology. Someone was nice enough to drop the link in here. Thank you, Claire.
At Compass, we utilize artificial intelligence to instantly and seamlessly create a marketing video of your property. In just minutes, we can then launch a digital advertising campaign on our ad platform across Facebook, Instagram, and Google, targeting the ideal buyer for your home. We're able to measure the results on our proprietary insights report, allowing us to see how many online showings we've had, exactly how long buyers are spending viewing the listing, and where they are located, down to the devices they're searching on. This allows us to further target and pinpoint the right buyers for your home. Compass technology gives us back the time we need to provide our clients with the most seamless experience, from preparation to closing. A Compass agent, a smarter way to sell your home.
Do you believe that if you shared that video with your clients, that they could understand the value of the Compass technology? Yes or no? Drop it in the chat. In 60 seconds or less, it's done. Now, the only thing that we have to factor in, and this is where we go back into this whole gap process, right? It's then people start thinking, well, what do I send people? How does it work? What should I say in an email? Right? Because those are all the next steps that people have to deal with when it comes to this. So, look, the goal of all of this is to make it so that you can actualize the value of Compass, and so can your clients. Because if they don't understand it, how can they really do it? Right? How can they utilize it? How can they see the value in it? So, what we want to do is give you these materials so you can focus on selling real estate, not explaining all this stuff. Because if they don't understand it, they're not going to pay you for it. So if you look at the video, and I compare that video to what it does and how it does it and walks it through, and then you look at some of the statements, right? Like Google Fast, Apple Easy, everything in one place, ease of communication, right? Those things are unquantifiable. And those, if you really look at them, those are your benefits, right? So here's what we suggest you do. Send it in a pre-listing pitch. And again, we wrote the email for you. And this will give you an idea of how we like to partner with people. It's you put the subject line, benefits of Compass technology. Dear client, I'm looking forward to meeting you, and insert day and time. This is how we can help you achieve your goal in selling your home, plus maximize your equity in the process. One of the questions we hear most often is, what are the benefits of Compass technology provides compared to other agents in the market? I wanted to share this video with you, which will show you some of the advantages you can count on when we work together. And you can insert the video, 60-second, a YouTube link, right? We're going to give you the raw file. Now, I put in a video script because if I told you like customize the video, the next thing you're going to say is, well, what do I say? I'd say, hey, Chirag Shah here. Just want to put a face to the name. I know at this point you see the benefits of Compass technology, but real estate's a very personalized experience. And I'd like to understand what's most important to you. So my personal cell number is blank, 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 blank. feel free to give me a call. I'm happy to connect on your terms. Keywords, happy to connect on your terms. So we've had a lot of our clients sending this email out, right? And flipping it around saying like benefits of Compass technology, and reworking the email like, as the market is at an all-time high, have you ever thought of maximizing your equity, right? You could flip this whole thing around and then you could customize it with that video. And then it looks personalized. You can take that same raw video file and customize it in different ways. And now it's like very multi-purposeful. So this is something that you all will be able to do. All right, I'm going to pause for a second because I know I go fast because I feel we also have a lot of material to cover. If just hit clear if you feel clear, if you feel lost, right? Lost. I always like to get an idea of where everybody is. And as you can see, I like people writing in the chat box. And there's some people that never write. All right, good. The consensus is clear. All right, creating certainty for your clients. Clients want certainty, you need certain plans. How many people actually have a written marketing plan for people? How many people have a clear communication plan? Most people don't. So true luxury, right? Luxury is convenient. Luxury anticipates your needs. Luxury makes things easy. Luxury is not frustrating. Luxury doesn't feel ghosted, right? Think about it. That's not what you pay for. And it's creating this repeatable process that has a predictable outcome. At the Compass Retreat, I was fortunate enough to get one of those rooms at the Four Seasons in their great room block. And I always compare high-end luxury real estate services to high-end luxury resorts and hotels and everything like that. So I believe that they run on the same principles. So I sat in the corner at the Four Seasons when everyone was coming in, and I watched them check people in. Same questions, same process, same outcomes, same results. Can you say that you create predictable experiences through written plans for your clients? Ask yourself, certainty is through plans, right? Like if certainty is a feeling, trust is a feeling, and trust and certainty are created through actions. So if I have an action plan that shows someone the exact marketing plan I'm going to use to sell their home for the most amount of money, I show them the examples, I give them a predictable communication plan that shows when I'm going to communicate, how often I'm going to communicate, what I'm going to communicate about, and I lock it in on a calendar. Can my client ever feel like they don't know what's going on? No, they don't, but that creates certainty. The worst thing you want in this market is a client wondering what's going on. Because if they're left to their own thoughts, believe me, you don't want to deal with them, right? You're either going to train the people on how to treat you or you're going to react to how they feel. So having a written plan creates certainty for the client, but also creates boundaries for you and clear expectations of what you're going to do and what you're not going to do. Again, it goes to perceived value versus actualized value. When you talk about marketing, you don't even know what they understand about it, right? So at the end of a pitch, if they want to cut commission or they're not sure about hiring you, you didn't deliver the pitch the right way, right? So I already showed you how to get everything out of the client that's important to them. Then now you have to follow it up with these plans. So we have a marketing plan. It's an actual calendar, and you give people a sample calendar. A lot of people want to have control of their business. A lot of top agents I work with, literally, like we launch listings on Mondays, we do photos on Thursdays, and they literally plan like this. Now, if you're an agent that has a track record of success, right? You could say, this is the exact system I use to get the success that you're looking for. Is our track record of success one of the reasons you're hiring us? Yes. Great. So we have to work within this system. You can get people to do this because in the beginning, they're open to being trained. There are no clear communication boundaries or anything established. But when you answer people's emails to 10:30 at night, not hit schedule send, if you don't give people a written plan, you don't align on what marketing you're going to do, you don't align on the communication, what happens? It's open to interpretation. So we believe that everyone should have some form of written marketing plan. If you look, this is pre-marketing, marketing week, it has key dates coming up, it has the communication blocks on here. So people know exactly what you're doing. I encourage everyone to share a calendar like this with their clients so they know exactly what is going on and what the ads are going to look like, what the marketing pieces are going to look like, when they're going to do the open houses, when you're going to speak to them. By the way, if you're competing against another Compass agent or anyone else, you could have two people that have the same exact information. I'm not practicing real estate, but I think I could win against a pitch against most people here because I could distill the information down in a way that people could actualize the value, and I can make it simple for them. And I could ask them questions to enroll them in the process, to engage with them in the process, and get them to anchor in their own words, in words like, hey, Nicole, if this was the exact video we did for your home, do you feel that it would attract the most buyers and tell the right story? Yes. Do you feel this is the best representation you could find? Yes. Right. So literally, I'm getting them to agree in the process. If we had this style of photography, which highlighted these three features in your home, do you think that would present it or be most attractive to the largest buyer pool? Oh, yeah, absolutely. Is there anything different you'd want? No. Does this meet or exceed your expectations? Yes. Okay, good. We just want to make sure, because when we work together, I want to make sure that I ask and I have you engage in the process and I'm able to deliver. People love this stuff. And literally, you're asking them questions. And if they don't like it or they saw another photo they like somewhere, they're going to tell you. If they have more expectations out of marketing, they're going to tell you. See, if you don't do this stuff, your pitch doesn't work the right way. You're not in alignment with your clients. And that's where you feel like you have to battle, right? Now, let's go to a communication plan. So there's a way that we start thinking about things here in America. It's based on our belief systems, right? And neuroassociation is the way that your brain connects one thing to another. You put the two of them together, and this is how really effective high-level selling works. So if I just said to, I see Nicole on my screen because I only have a few things, a few people have your camera on. So if I said to Nicole, hey, can I just tell you, like, what's your preferred method of communication? How, I can either talk to you weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, and this is what I'll talk about. She might be reluctant in answering it and be like, well, what is this, right? And I would say to you, hey, before we get into a predictable communication plan, let me ask you a question. You see your phone right here? Would you ever drop your phone off to a place that gets service where you don't know what days of the week the business is open? No. That same business, if you didn't know like their hours of operation, when you could go and when they're closed, would you ever work with that business to drop your phone off there? They're going to say no. You're a busy professional and you have to sometimes work outside of work hours because you work with clients all day. Would you ever go work with a service that didn't have a clear after hours policy and how you can make appointments during your hours after working hours? No. And your phone's really important. At some point, you might need to access a contact like a service. Would you work with somebody that didn't have an emergency policy about how you could get a hold of them? They'd say no, right? So you notice their belief system in the world says businesses need operating days, operating hours, after hours policy, and emergency contact, correct? Everybody follow along here? This is like a magic trick. And they're going to say, and this is where you level shift. I would say, Nicole, I know you wouldn't want it as simple as like $1,000 item like your phone. You're about to spend, 50, 60, $100,000 on a real estate commission and sell your most valuable asset. I'm sure you don't want this experience when working with a broker. And do you know what they're going to say? No. And guess what you just did? Voila, you just created client boundaries. So when I say to people, these are the days that I work, these are my operating hours, these are our after hours policy, this is our emergency policy, this is how it works, these are all the times. And by the way, we want to make sure, and now does that all make sense to everybody? And then this is how you get out the batshit crazy clients who think that they're not hiring an agent, they're hiring an on-demand servant, right? No, I want you available 24/7. Why do I need to be available 24/7? You guys are all luxury brokers. No luxury service is 24/7. If it is, you should charge a 10% commission because your time is valuable, right? Then you're going to say, hey, look, when selling your home, all of the information given the market we're in is very important, down to the showings, the feedback, the marketing update, as well as the update on our marketing results. So we want to make sure that we create a predictable communication schedule that we're able to take all of this information and utilize it together to be able to make informed decisions for your most valuable asset. Does that make sense? And they're going to say yes. So you can say, what's your preferred method of communication? Email. How long would you like to speak for? Oh, wait, we're going to actually speak? No, I prefer video conferencing or phone call. Would you like updates weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly? No, I like weekly updates. You notice it doesn't say every day. Showings. showing feedback, market update on marketing results. Which ones would you like? You check all the boxes. And if you look at the asterisks at the bottom, it says communication expectations, right? It's like if, and this one, it says, this will kind of highlight, if we get offers or important things happen or relevant updates, we'll contact you immediately. We've alleviated every concern and pre-framed every objection that a client could effectively have to working with you and your product and service. Does that make sense to everybody? What I say for setting boundaries is I go through and I use people's current belief systems and neuroassociation, right? And I ask someone the basic questions. Would you ever drop your phone off to get service? I'm going to go fast now. Of a place that you didn't know what day was open and closed. They're going to say no. If the business didn't have clear operating hours, would you ever work with them? No. Considering that you're a busy professional, would you ever go to a place that didn't have identified clear after hours policy? How if you had to have a 7 or 8 o'clock appointment at work? No. And considering your phone's important and maybe something's urgent while it's being fixed that you need to get to, would you ever work with somebody that didn't have an emergency policy, how you could actually get a hold of somebody? No. And I would say to them, look, if that's an experience you don't want to have with your cell phone, is that the type of experience you want to have when you hire a real estate broker and pay a commission of whatever the commission is? And while selling your most valuable asset, they're going to say no. Now they've literally walked themselves into you having that opposite service because they already said they don't want this. And we're going to, at the end of it, it'll tell you when we'll send you all these materials, right? It's not the way that we work. It's not that, hey guys, this is really great. If you want this, sign up for coaching. Like you should sign up for coaching because you want to grow your business and grow your life, not because you want all these deliverables. It's like too bait and switchy for me. Being the CEO of your business. Now, listen, everyone needs to turn their service into a business. If you think you have a business and you don't know the information, the next two parts, there's something you're really missing here. So, being the CEO of your business. CEOs of your business make data-driven decisions. This is not my spreadsheet. This is nothing I came up with. This belongs to Kate Bauer. She's a coach here and an agent in Westchester County. And when I met her, I asked her, I go, where does all your business come from? And like, what percentage is from each source and everything else? And she shows up with all these pie charts. And now I'm taking pictures of this. She's like, why are you taking pictures? I'm like, this is incredible, right? So if you think about it, the most valuable thing that you want to identify is 0 to 1. You want to identify where your business is coming from, right? So we'll send you our data sheet where you can enter in all your transactions and that'll break it out by client source. But then you need to understand, and most people have an idea how to do this, or I'd like to believe so. But you know where the most important thing is? It's inside your numbers. Because what you want to understand is, you see how this says client source of GCI? If you look at some of these numbers, if you look at the original pie charts, right? Sometimes the client source and the client income don't match up exactly. I've met agents where 70% of their business comes from online leads and Zillow. So naturally, they're going to spend their time, money, energy, and resources on that 70%. But then when we get to their GCI, 80% of their GCI comes from past clients and centers of influence, and they're spending no time on that. So the first step of being the CEO of your business is understanding where your business comes from, and then what we call the core four. The 4 main areas and lead sources that actually make up your entire GCI. This is how you know what to focus on. And then we could start aligning, says, okay, if 80% of my income is coming from these 4 sources, how does my spending directly align with where my business is coming from? And this is how you create hyper growth in your business. This is how you eliminate distractions. This is how you cut costs. Because if you can do these 2 things and then start looking at your budget, well, I'm spending money on this. This doesn't align with my core 4. I'm spending money on this. This doesn't align with my core 4. Wow, 75% of my business came from my past clients. If you look at words sphere of influence, that's like an ambiguous term that means nothing. Within the sphere, there could be vendors, there could be like a past client referral, there could be actual past clients, Compass referral agents could be in your sphere. So don't lump this all together. Being a CEO and a data-driven decision maker is being able to distill down these little points into actionable items. Breath here. All right, this part gets a little heavy. How many people are parents here? Hit yes in the chat box. A lot of us. So here's my next question to you. KPIs of money, right? The daily, weekly, monthly, and annual costs to run your household. How many of you actually know that number? One, four, five. There'll be less than 30 people that probably answer this. The second part, how many of you know the daily, weekly, monthly costs and annual costs of running your business? Now there's this combined number, right? And this is the cost of being you and breathing air. The daily cost to run your business in life, the weekly cost to run your business in life, the monthly cost, and the annual cost. You know, I got a call the other day from a broker that was referred by a sales manager. And this gentleman had $700,000 in tax debt, credit cards, like, oh yeah, you know, had a looming bad situation with his family. And you wonder how people get there. It's this. It's not knowing any of this stuff. There's so many of us that have kids and are walking in blind into this new economy. The market is going to go down. It's inevitable. There are going to be mass layoffs. The market's going to go down. All this stuff is happening. And, you know, this whole ignorance is bliss thing. I find people that I just paid the IRS $216,000, right? Now, if you think about this, if you don't know your numbers, you don't know your business. If you have kids, I urge you, please, to do this. Like, please think about this stuff, because you're 1 or 2 months away. If you're not paying attention, don't know these numbers, from being in debt for some of us, or starting to burn through our savings. There's a direct correlation of knowing these numbers and being able to take action. Because when you have to look at something of how much it costs for you to run your business and life every week, you will show up differently. You'll want to make those calls. You'll want to do the outreach. You're not going to sit there pushing that stupid Instagram circle all day, where you spend more time on Instagram than you do with your kids or in your business prospecting. That's crazy. Go look at your screen time. If your screen time for social media is more time than you're spending with your family, your kids, and prospecting, you need to do a real gut check, because the world is changing. So let's walk through what this is. A KPI is a key performance indicator. It tells us on what to focus on the most and what to cut out and what doesn't matter. Remember, we talked about understanding the data-driven decisions, right? Now, if you understand where your business is coming from, and then you understand your budget, where your money's coming from, now you can do something really important. The value of time, from Steve Jobs. It's really clear that the most precious resource we all have is time. It's a precious resource, but it's also the most costly resource. Why is it the most costly resource? Because every single day that goes by, there is a cost to that day. There's an actual physical cost to that day for you living and breathing, right? And if you're not mindful of that in a week and in a month, how do you really know what you're doing in your business? How do you really know if what you're really focused on makes sense? How are you really present to the fact that you need to do things to create new income that you don't have? Everyone should have this number plastered on their desk and looking at it every single day. And if the number doesn't scare the hell out of you, you're either a sociopath or you're really good at planning. It's one or the other. Because there are days that just things aren't going to be going well, that number is going to put a feeling in your gut that makes you uncomfortable. And that's where you need to be. So what does it cost to run your business? And what does it cost to run your life? If you look at this for our clients, this is our dashboard. Look, daily, weekly, monthly, annual, right? If you're running a $100,000 a year household budget with a $137,000 a year business, where you have a $230,000 annual expense, it costs you $646 a day to live, $4,526.36 a week to live, and $19,400 a month. Think about that. Does anyone think about their day, their life, their business, the investments they make into other things, into themselves in this way? Yes or no? Hit yes or no. I want an honest answer. And there are a lot of people freaked out that are not going to type anything. And if people say yes, I challenge you to see, like, where do these numbers live presently? Whether you think in terms of ROI or like what's most profitable is one thing, but literally I've not met that many people that are like, it cost me this much money to leave and breathe there today. It's a very hard thing to do. So these are 4 areas that we know if you focus in, your business will grow. We know if you improve your pitch. We know if you send the right emails to people. We know if you have marketing and communication plans to create certainty. We also know if you become a CEO and understand where your business comes from, you know where to focus your time, right? You know what, they say measure what matters. And once you know what matters, you know where to focus. We also know that if you don't know your numbers, you have a high risk in this next economy of failing. Could you imagine your business cost, your monthly things were $19,400 and you made no money that month? Now you're in the whole $19,400. Imagine another month went by and you didn't do that. You're almost negative $40,000 in 2 months. And an annual budget of $232,000 for a lot of us, considering where we live, is not high. It really isn't. And when we put the cost of wasted time in, you could see what your hourly rate is as a real estate agent, earning $500,000. It's $238 an hour. Multiply out your screen time on social media and some of these stupid things that people spend time on every day. Not that they're not important, and look at how much it's costing you. So this is what's going to come to your inbox on Thursday. And so look, I want to sit here now for the people that want to say we have 7 or 8 minutes, right? And I look at that cost of that calculator and I look at how fast 1 or 2 months in the wrong direction can set somebody back. And if you really look at that number and then you listen to what I have to say, I'm not saying anything next because it's not that I don't believe in what I'm saying or anything else. I believe that every single person should be in some form of structured learning for next year. If you look at how much it costs to run your business and life, you can't afford not to do it, because the goal is to make it so everyone can be here. Our goal is that we can do the work for you, like that you see from the video we made, the email templates, the communication scripts, these financial dashboards, these data sheets. We do it all for you. My biggest fear in this next economy is that I'm going to look at good people with families and they're going to be a massive debt because they don't know what they're doing. The market is changing every month, and you guys are running around doing all of these different things. So if you came here today just to listen to the ways to grow your business in 2023 and you have zero interest in coaching, then you can drop off right now. We always want to be very clear with the line. But for people that really understand that there is a cost to not doing anything, and you really want to grow your business and have someone do the heavy lifting for you, like when I tell you we're going to do soup to nuts, we're going to build an end-to-end platform on how to buy and sell a house through all of Compass. We want to do the email templates. We want to give you videos. We want to give you video scripts. All of this stuff will be done for you. This is our 2023 playbook. And if you look at our existing clients and our new clients, it's systems and processes that work. I'll be leading 2 sessions every week on how to grow your business. Now, we have a video library of over 700 videos, 8 programs, and tons of these things as we call deliverables. We have systems and processes that work. We have customizable templates, videos, resources. And the most amazing thing is it's a community. We have over 900 agents enrolled in our current program, and it's the largest Compass community of people. We have what we call expert mentors. So why do we call it the playbook? It's one playbook with all the plays. So if you're an individual agent or a team leader, there's something there for everyone. I teach sessions on business growth. We have a coach that teaches stuff on how to build teams. We have another coach that teaches about leadership. We teach about marketing. We teach about social media. We teach about hiring. You'll be the first person to hear this. My personal marketing coach, the last client she had was Tony Robbins and ran his entire book launch marketing campaign, down to designing the landing pages, the cover, the inside cover. She's going to be doing sessions with you. And we're going to be doing all the heavy lifting for you, like we said in the beginning. Now, between $10 by $10 and being able to use your marketing budgets at Compass, they have made this an incredible opportunity for so many people. Now, I want you all in this moment to think about what that running cost is of your business and your life. And then when I share these numbers with you, think about if you really can afford not to do this. Our clients that did this the first time, it was $2,500 for 6 months. I thought about how can I support the most people possible? It's $3,500 for the entire year. You can pay it today, you can get a tax write-off, that's it. If you're a team, it doesn't matter how many people you are, it's $5,000 for the entire year. That's coaching every single week throughout the entire year. That's us making email templates for you. We have these things called market shift webinars, where every month we survey our audience for the most relevant things going on in the market, and we come up with the training and we give it to you every month. A new Compass tool comes out, we make the training for you. So if you've ever sitting there wondering, like, can I have a coach? Can I have a partner? Can I have a mentor? Can I have a community? And can somebody just give me stuff where I could hit a button and make money? Then this is for you. And again, I go back to those costs. The economy is going to change. The world is going to change. How are you going to change with it? This is a nominal investment, I believe, that every single person can make in themselves. I really do. And so I'll stay on here and answer any questions that people have. And if anyone does sign up today, I'm going to be doing 2 bonus business planning group sessions led by me. We have a very different 6-step business planning process because we've identified that the old business plans don't work. So we'll do 2 60-minute bonus business planning sessions before our next session start on January 15th for the people that sign up today. The people that want to take actions and that are doers are the ones we really want to support and grow. Because again, look, the thing that I fear the most is inaction in people's lives. Because once I learned and we created that financial dashboard, I realized for a $250,000 household budget, it's almost $20,000 a month. And what it really comes down to, and if 2 or 3 months go by where people don't make money, this is how fast you could end up in debt. So on the flip side, if you want to grow too, and you want to keep dreaming and have all this stuff for you and be in massive action throughout the entire year, this is for you. So if you could go on and sign up, give us a shout. A bunch of our clients I still see on here. So if you have a question about our current playbook, I'm sure people are happy to answer. Marsha, our current program ends on the 15th, so you can renew for the year. Well, the current program ends at the end of the year. I'm not sure the exact date, but the next one starts on the 15th. Buster, email our team. I'm not sure what you signed up for. Current program ends December 15th. Natalia, you can sign up for a 6-month program. So generally our playbook opens every 6 months, but we wanted to make a 1-year offer for the people that want to be aligned in coaching for the entire year. And if you want something smaller, you can go for one-on-one coaching as well. Thank you, Alexis. I will be in a lot of different locations in the tri-state area next year. So I will be doing a whole bunch of in-person events. Okay, what times are Mondays and Tuesdays? I teach 2 sessions. It's 9:30 Eastern and 9:30 Pacific. So I'm there 2 times, and then the other sessions are throughout the week, and everything is recorded and put in our library. So look, there's 98 people here, and essentially, you guys are all sitting here wondering, should I do this? You're wondering, should I make this investment? Can I afford this? Is this really going to help me? Why am I stuck? Will this make me unstuck? Will I be able to implement this stuff? And the answer is yes. Just 3 people can't pay separately. We can collect it from one person. Dimitri is in the current group and we'll be renewing. Peggy, when you say details on how the whole process works, elaborate. You scan one of these QRs. Can I register a team member later? If you sign up for the team option, you could add, if you recruit and you add 50 team members to your team, God bless you, we want them all in coaching. A lot of the team members we work with actually use our coaching program as part of their value proposition, that if you join my team, we pay for coaching and you could be in coaching courtesy of us. Thank you, Kimberly, and I look forward to having you on the business planning sessions. So Kimberly's signing up. There's still 88 of you out there. I'm interested to know if you are in a place of fear, doubt, uncertainty, what's holding you back? And if you're in, just write in. The principal pays through the marketplace, and you can register your team later. We reach out to you. The cost is, if you want to do the 6-month option, it's $2,500, and the annual option is $3,500. If you have any issues with the marketplace, just email us directly and we'll help you. Yes, Janice, you can do that. Thank you, Emmanuel. All right, we still have 80 people. There's at least 30 or 40 people that need to hit the in button right now, because you're obviously sitting here listening, you're sitting here wondering, and you could have just laughed. If you can't find your marketplace access email, just hit forgot password and just put in the emails that you use. So Gina, in terms of a syllabus and topics and stuff, we're going to be covering a comprehensive set of topics, and we wait to get closer to the beginning of the year to do it, because if I made all the topics today, that's what I call coaching backwards. I don't know what January will be like, because an entire month and a half is still left in the year. We have another N. Does anyone have questions? If you're stuck or you're fearful, let us know and see if we can help you. This is the only coaching program that updates in real time for real trends. How often will we meet? I will be with you Mondays and Tuesdays indefinitely. If you decide to go to all the sessions, there's tons of bonus sessions with our expert mentors. So at minimum, you should join me twice a week and then go to the bonus sessions that make the most sense. Peggy, if you email CSC community, then one of our team members will reach out to you. All right, now we're down to 63. This is like, it's like the law, it's like a game of attrition here. Who has questions? And if you're still sitting here, there's a reason you're here, or you just had your phone on and you forgot to turn it off and leave. Where are you guys? What are your questions? Where are you stuck? You start calling on people. Whitney, what's going on, Whitney? If you're talking about coaching or updating a website, I don't know in any world where a website is going to give you better, is going to grow your business. You still have to drive traffic there. And the most important thing is investing in yourself and having systems, scripts, processes, resources, dialogues to have with your clients. You can earn money throughout coaching and update your website. Tanya, if you look at Sticker Shock, right? If you break down the monthly package, it's less than $10 a day. Jenny Allen, will you implement? So the reason I know that you'll all implement this is if I give you the video, Jenny, and then I give you the email template to send, I give you the subject line, and you just have to fill in a couple blanks, ask yourself if you could do that, or your assistant could do that. The answer is yes. And the one thing that we want to do is take all of that work out for you. I'm literally trying to remove every single excuse that anyone could have in not doing the work, because it's frustrating as a coach too to watch people that want to do things and not be able to do them. So that's why we're making the email templates. That's why we're providing you the video. We're telling you how to customize the video. If we tell you how to customize the video, here's the exact script you can use. That's how simple this is. Think about this as being plug and play. All right, is anyone else stuck? The accountability groups, meet, there's some that meet weekly, twice per week. There are 2 of them. All right, so I'm gonna drop off. Does anyone have any final questions for me that I could help answer? So nice to see close on the screen. If you do a monthly payment, it's $500 a month. So there's not like a discount, David. I'd sign up for 6 months and I would do that option. And there is info on our website to sign up. So our team could drop our website in here as well. And a lot of agents, as Sue's indicated, have created their own accountability groups. And ultimately they work with each other. Community is a big part of what we do. And our goal is to put people together so that you could build your own relationships with each other. One of the greatest things I've seen in our community is that these people form these friendships, and when they come to retreats and our events, they've all met each other through Zoom and they feel like they know each other, right? So there's plenty of time to meet each other. And, you know, we're having a Friendsgiving at our house for some of our closest clients and friends. And there are about 45 people coming in total, and from 7 different states. And that's community. And they all know each other and they're all excited to be here. And look, the magical thing about Compass, it's the people, it's all of you. And that's what really matters. When you put a bunch of people together that are all inspired and all going in the same direction, using the same platform, the same tools, that's when the magic happens. This is not all done in Marketing Center, right? We make all of this stuff and we give it to you. So myself, Suze, Calista, and Tiffany all used to work at Compass, right? So all of us know the ecosystem, the tools, leadership, like we understand this company very well and inside out. So Claire is nice enough to put all this stuff in the chat. If no one has a question for me, I'm going to drop off. And look, for all of you listening, all of you wondering, I encourage you to invest in yourself, remove the self-doubt, and realize if I just gave you the email with one video to send to hit one button, you're going to make an ROI. It's $3,500 for the year. And if you don't think there's an ROI on that, you need to look in the mirror. Because if you do the work, you'll get the result. But a lot of people just don't know what the work is to do. The 1-year option's not on our website. Janice, I've known you for a long time. You could always email us and I'm happy to help you. All right, everybody. All right, a couple of people have options and have stuff, so we will stay on here. My team will stay on here to answer any additional questions. As always, with love in my heart, I love you all. Thank you so much for being here and giving us an opportunity to be part of your life. See you guys soon.